Jordi, third quarter, you're down 18, and then this team just fights back. What was the difference maker, and what did you say to the guys during that second timeout?
Continue to fight and control the mistakes that you can control. We went into a timeout play. We messed it up completely. They make a 4-point play by an amazing player, and then another mistake, and we give up another layup in transition, and that's right there where I call the second timeout and, try to find the spark and hold the guys accountable, but they did it to each other, and they kept fighting. They brought the game under 10. We ended up winning the third quarter, and if you look at the second half, like you said, down 18, end up winning the third and end up winning the fourth. So it was complete team effort, shorthanded, and these are amazing games.
You guys were shorthanded. You mentioned during pregame about every single guy taking on that challenge of being just 1% better. In what ways did they show you that? What impressed you the most?
I think all 7 guys that finished towards the end, and I mean all of them were great. Like CT was super efficient, 6 for 10. I ended up taking because he took a foul. He was tired, and then he was available to go, and I felt like I didn't feel it was right, and I just wanted to protect him from himself. And then the guys that finished, Jalen Wilson, Ziaire, Dennis, I believe Shake and Keon. No, sorry, T-Watt and Keon. That group was amazing with Shake and Tyrese Martin. And if you think about it, like Tyrese is a two-way, right? He hasn't seen the floor much, and he was ready to contribute. He had an amazing verticality. Keon's defense, T-Watt's three, Dennis' scoring and leadership. Ziaire was our center, his fight. Jalen Wilson played 41 minutes in a back-to-back. Shake's helping us scoring. Like, you go down the line, and what this group did, it was amazing. So credit to all of them, the 9 that play, and those 7 towards the end.
You mentioned that. Coach, can you talk about the kind of play you saw from Dennis in the fourth quarter? They looked like just vintage Dennis Schroeder to me.
Yeah, he took control of the game and took control of the lead, put everybody in the right place on both ends of the floor, and that's the kind of leadership. It's like having a coach on the floor. And when those things happen I just let him do his thing. If he has a question for me, I'll try to give him an answer. And just his performance overall was, in that second half, like, true leader.
Jordi, you talk about next man up, and I guess really it kind of happened that way. I mean, Cam didn't play, Johnson didn't play the second half. I guess what can you say just about, I guess, Ziaire in particular? No healthy centers. He comes in 1 rebound shy of a double-double.
Yeah, amazing performance on both ends. He helped us space the floor, because when you don't play with a true center, then it can get sometimes like a little funky, right? Like, who's the screener, who's the roller, how he spaced the floor, and he was great. And then defensively challenging their size, going with his physicality, pushing, rebounding, like you said, close to a double-double. In my opinion, I know he had an amazing performance. I believe it was against Memphis, but I think this one was his best performance of the year.
Hello, Coach. I'm very glad to see you today.
All right, thanks.
I know you have a lot coaching experience. Like 15 years ago, you not chose to finish your PhD degree and fly to America, and now you being the NBA head coach. You think what is the most being the quality to help you being this position?
I think it was the journey, because when I came here, barely spoke English, didn't know much about the NBA, knew basketball. I played, I coached. So I started with player development, video, then scout, then assistant coach, went to the G League, was a head coach. Like, every step of the way, every coach I've worked with, all my mentors, all my colleagues have helped me be where I am right now, and I'm so thankful for every step, all the places, franchises, all the cities that I've been. That's why I'm here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jordi, with Cam Johnson, he didn't play back in that second half. Do you have any update on
Yeah.
him and that ankle?
Yeah, no updates on Cam Johnson, so we're trying to assess him right now. So we'll let you guys know once we find out.
Jordi, this is twofold. I mean, this is the second straight game, really the second straight night that you guys have performed exceptionally well in the fourth quarter. How much of that is some of that hard training camp and the conditioning coming through, or is there something else that you're seeing in your players that's allowing them to come through late in games like this?
Yeah, I want to believe preparation is a big part of it, but you never know. I think that the day-to-day and the culture that we're trying to establish is important. But I also think that the real reps are very important. You can train as much as you want, but real minutes, it's never going to be like real minutes. And now all these guys that have been working hard, they have the opportunity to play in real games, real NBA games. And now, you see, like, I'm using J. Will, like, he came off the bench for the most part. Today he started, like, completely comfortable, making the right plays with those drives at the end, getting to the free throw line. So I think the minutes, the reps are the most important thing. I can, believe we work every day and the reps and the training camp, like you said, but those guys doing it in a real game is the most important thing.
And you said you just wanted to protect Cam Thomas.
Correct.
From himself. Was that just a matter of pulling him and letting him, I guess, sit and watch and be calm and understand what's going out on the court? I mean, did you think he was just getting a little
For sure.
frustrated at times?
No, there's no frustration. Cam was very efficient. He was very good for the team today, yesterday. His efficiency offensively has been great. His playmaking yesterday, 6 assists, 1 turnover, 8 potential assists, 3 hockey assists. Like, that is impressive. With also putting pressure on the ball and taking steps defensively. Why wouldn't I use Cam Thomas? So that's how I felt. I just wanted to protect him. And, we need Cam Thomas. Obviously, we'll assess all our players like we do after every game, everybody who has played. But for sure, like, he is a big part of what we're doing.
Jordi, you guys started out hot from downtown, and that continued to knock down 23s, and then to get every single player that played, 9 guys knocking down threes. You guys have had that let it fly mentality, but to have that balance, what stood out and kind of just what did it take to find that rhythm?
Yeah, it's the biggest struggle was the second quarter because I think we only shot 4 threes, and you could tell the pace, the switching, it bothered us, the ball pressure. And right there, we couldn't find the early ones. Also comes with getting stops. You cannot control every quarter and play the same way every single quarter. But then I thought we found a way again after we saw ourselves down 18. And for sure, that fourth quarter, it was like the confidence was up. We took the lead. And then when we found that cushion, then Dennis organized everybody and took us home. So you can tell he's been there. He's done it at many different leagues internationally, and he's won a lot. So you could tell right there.
Did you think the lack of size had anything to do with the first half defense, or up until you called that timeout, and then it seems like no, because the same guys were able to put together such a strong defensive performance to end the game. So I guess, what do you think changed if it obviously wasn't, you guys didn't grow in the second half?
Yeah, we did not. The game sometimes turns in ways that, it's hard to predict if the game goes the same way the whole time. We started playing fast that second quarter. Our transition defense and also a couple of offensive rebounds, those are deflating, that turns into threes. That's why they took that lead under 10 points. And then, in that third quarter, it was our own mistakes. We got punished because of our lack of execution. And then right there is when things switched, right? Like, we found a way to get a few stops, to get under 10, then to go into the fourth quarter, winning the quarter, tying the game, taking the lead. You go possession by possession. You don't want to make a home run. That's what what's great about the group is they were not thinking, I want to make a three and win the game right now. They took one possession at a time, and the togetherness right there was what stood out to me. So really, really proud of these guys. Yeah. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, it's too early. We'll have an update at some point. Thank you.
Jalen, what was the biggest difference maker in that second half that sparked and fueled things for you guys to come back in this one?
I think we rebounded the ball very much well compared to our first and second quarter, and started playing our speed of ball. They were a lot comfortable in the beginning of the game, so making them feel uncomfortable, not just letting them walk into shots. A lot of their good shooters got off good looks, so we had to take that away and just continue to play our style of ball.
When you guys were down 18, almost midway into that third quarter, what were you guys communicating to each other and saying to each other that kind of helped you guys just like claw your way back?
Just continuing to fight, continuing to believe in what we do and how we play, understanding it's still a long game. There was no 15, 16-point plays that we could make, but we can definitely inch away by every single minute, and that's what we did. And it was just good to see everybody so collected and so bought into doing that. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. How much these strong fourth quarters and back-to-back games, how much of that is a really tough camp starting to pay dividends? How much of that is maybe you guys just learning each other and how to play with each other, or is there some other thing that you think is kicking in late in these games?
I think it's a little bit of both. We've definitely prepared for moments like this, prepared for a situation when we're down 10, up 10 in camp. And everything we do when we're practicing is with intensity and understand that no game is ever won or lost with a whole entire quarter left. So we just got to understand to play a full game, and we all just went to the bench and understood that we just got to chip away, fight, and just have grit. And it was just so fun to go out and compete and to do it all together.
It's one thing for you guys to fight, but in a game where no Ben, no Nick, CJ's out, CT's out for, I think, the final 18 minutes, just what does it say about the collective rest of you guys to just kind of continue to fight, even with so many guys watching from the bench and not being able to play?
Everyone's just ready. Everyone's ready for the opportunity. Obviously, you don't want to see one of your brothers go down, but Jordi always says next man up, and that's a mentality that we all have. We always have to pick each other up. If somebody goes down, we got to find a way to win and pick up for them. And no matter who's in, who's out, we still got to play the same style of our ball and understand what we want to do. We want to win. And whatever five is out there, if they're clicking and doing that, then we all support them. And obviously, like I said, seeing people go down isn't what we want to see. But no one's going to give us an excuse for losing. So we got to continue to play and pick our brothers up whenever they're down.
What is it about is there's something unique about the coaching staff, about the camaraderie of this team, or even the fun style that you play that allows you to be this tough team, be this well-conditioned team? Like, obviously every team at every level wants to be those things. Is there something unique? You played on some very good teams throughout your whole basketball career. Something unique about this team that allows those cliches to actually happen?
I think we're just consistent throughout practice, throughout the year, and what we want to do. No matter if we win or lose, we always want to play the right way and play the best way that helps us win. And we've been drilling that the entire season, and it just comes to pay off in games like this when people probably counted us out and checked us out for the game, and we just continue to play our way. And you just see how much we want it, how much we want to win, and how much we just want to compete every single night.
Kind of for you to expound on that, is the fact that you guys were able to execute as well as you did, because it seemed like in the fourth quarter you guys couldn't miss a shot, and the Warriors, they just couldn't quite finish.
Yeah, I mean, Jordi ran up some great plays for us, and we all were just playing off of each other, trying to get to the paint, trying to set good screens, everything we can do. Obviously, they're a really good team, and just trying to do what we can do for each other, make plays for each other, and I think every single guy was thinking of the next man instead of thinking of himself, and that's what led us to success.
Jalen, you guys are now 8-10. Obviously, we've asked some of the guys about how do you ignore some of these preseason expectations, but 18 games in the year, I guess, what have you learned just about not just this team's fight, but just the ability to respond to what Jordi is saying for you guys to be able to dig deep, not just these last 2 games, but really these 18 games fighting as hard as you guys have?
I love it, man. Everyone is so bought in on being a team and being collective with everything that we do. And you can see it throughout the entire team. You know, guys play a lot of minutes, may not play that game, and everyone steps up. I mean, if you look at the last 2 games, how great Shake's been playing, and that's a prime example of just being ready to play and a guy that's ready to come out and do what he has to do for his team to win. I think everyone has that mindset, whether it's our vets, the younger guys, everyone. You know, we all have a mindset to win and a mindset to play for each other.
You had 19-10, if you want to just be clear.
Oh, there we go. All right.
Yeah, 19-10.
I'm glad they gave me my rebound. I thought they cut me a rebound short.
We thought so too. I asked Jordi and I said I thought he had 9, but they gave you 10, so you
There
got the
we
double.
go. I need all those.
All right.
Double.
All right. Well, Ziaire, I'll just start there. When's the last time you played center in a game? Started at center.
Shoot, man. Probably high school. All high school, I was point center. So it's fun, man. You know, I just love to play. I love to compete. Whatever coach wants me to do, I just go out there and give my full effort.
And then obviously you guys down by 18. Jordi calls timeout. He said you guys kind of held yourselves accountable. So what was said before you guys went on that run in the third and then obviously in the fourth?
Man, to be honest, I don't remember what was said, but I know we came out. We just raised the physicality, raised the ball pressure, got a steal, dunk, threes. Keon came in, was active, really was spark plug during that run for sure. So, you know, it's just a team effort, man. Just one guy after the next, just fighting, competing, and yeah, just glad we came out to win.
This is a second straight night, actually. You guys have had a really strong fourth quarter and finish to come from behind. What, in your mind, what's contributed to that? Is that a really tough training camp paying dividends? Are you guys just learning how to play with each other, or is there something else that's working in these end games?
I feel like it's a lot of what you said. Training camp to start off and learning each other. You know, early in the season, we didn't have some great fourth quarters, so it's all about just learning, man. Learning experiences. Every loss is a lesson, and in the past, you know, we've learned from it. So now, when it's fourth quarter, we know what we're getting to. We got our 2-3 plays we like to run, our bread and butter. You know, shout out to guys. You know, we lost 2 more today, but guys stepped up, made big time shots. T-Watt, big time shots, and yeah, it was a team effort, man. It was super fun out there. So, like I said, I'm just glad we thugged it out and fought to the end. We deserve this win.
I mean, obviously you never want to see guys go down, and you touched on some of these injuries. When you look at that Philadelphia game at the start of this, that was not the way you would want to start a road trip, but just take a look forward to Phoenix. I mean, you have the opportunity to end the road trip about as well as could be expected.
Yes, sir. Yeah, no doubt.
How much does Dennis help out there with his veteran leadership, and especially tonight, the way he was able to kind of help you guys in that fourth quarter?
Man, a lot. I think this like year 12 for him, 10, something, a long time. I've been watching that dude since I was in middle school, so that just puts in perspective right there, man. He's just like a veteran, man. He knows what to do, things to look out for. You know, when things are hectic and loud and crazy on the road, he's just super poised. You know, knows how to get guys together. And yeah, man, he's our leader, and you know, we got a bunch of soldiers marching with him behind him.
Every team obviously preaches consistency, but Jalen Wilson was just up here and he was talking about how you guys are truly very consistent, and that bleeds in. That's why you have the identity that you have. What is it about the coaching staff, the players, the leaders, whatever, that like allows that consistency to come into fruition, you know, on a night like tonight?
I mean, you know, you could talk about it and say you want to do it, but you got to actually go out and do it. And every night, every practice, every game, coach always preaches just 1% better, man. We don't got to win the race and win the marathon in one day. You know, it's just solely about just focusing on winning the day. And I think we've been great at that. Of course, you know, we're not perfect right now, and, you know, we're far from where we want to be, but we definitely feel like we're on the right track, and we're just trusting Jordi's plan. And just playing together and having fun out there, most importantly.
You guys you talk about progress. I mean, like Brian said, Philly, you guys had a rough fourth quarter in these last 2 games. You had 2 really good fourth quarters. I guess how are you guys embracing the learning part where sometimes there may be hard lessons, but there may be good lessons? How do you embrace how they can come either way with this team growing?
Yeah, it's hard, man. We're in the moment. Like, you know, after the Philly game, guys definitely were feeling good about themselves. I know I wasn't. But like I said, man, it's all about learning. I'm a firm believer that there's no losses in this league. It's really just about lessons and moving on. And we watched film, a lot of film the next day, learn from our habits, learn from our mistakes. We got away from our identity a little bit that Philly game, and you know, Jordi was just saying, man, it's got to pick up our physicality, you know, be connected, be together on both ends of the floor, you know, get to our actions, sprint into our stuff with pace, and that's what we did tonight and last game, and that's why we're able to go out with a win. So if we follow the blueprint, man, and everybody buys in, you know, we're more than capable of winning each and every game, every night.